The power of encouragement. Bob Danzig was in 5 correction homes during his youth and said he spent his childhood trying to find someone to love and appreciate him. When he was 9 years old, he had a new warden who sat him down, looked him directly in the eyes and said, "Bob, I want you to always remember these words. You are worthwhile." Bob says that no one had ever said anything like that to him before, and each time they met, she repeated those words, "Bob, remember you are worthwhile." They became an affirmation of appreciation that he heard over and over again in his head. Bob graduated at 16 and took a job at the Albany New York Times as a copy boy. And his very first boss was a woman named Margaret. After he had worked there for about 6 months, Margaret called him into her office one day and asked him to sit down. He thought for sure he was going to be fired. She looked him right in the eyes and said to him, "I have been the office manager for 15 years. I have been observing you, and I believe you are full of promise." Those words on that day gave him permission to aspire. Those 2 positive messages of appreciation played over and over again in his head and ultimately gave him the courage to be the very best that he could be. 16 years later, he became the publisher of the Albany New York Times. And 7 years after that, he became the CEO of Hearst Newspapers, one of the largest newspaper companies in the world. And he attributes it all to those simple words of appreciation and love. Simple words of appreciation and encouragement changed the life of Bob Danzig. We can never tell how far an encouraging word, a pat on the back, a stout-hearted support by one person for another can influence the future course of events and the success and happiness of an individual. According to Sir William James, the deepest principle of human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Encouragement is something we all need to keep us motivated, loved, and feeling confident in ourselves and in what we do. It is something that is important for our mental and overall well-being. Imagine how much better our world and our community could be with a little more encouragement between partners, neighbors, leaders, and world citizens. Encouraging words and actions help us not only to cope in times of trouble and uncertainty, they also spur us on to greater efforts in times of success and achievement.